Doing something a bit different, a prismatic evolutions. So I've got myself a brand new Palms Off Gaming album right here. We're going to get in and try and do some of this master set. So if you haven't and you're going to do the master set, I suggest you pick up one of these ETB booklets that shows you all the cards, all the different varieties. So we've got all 4 different ones now. So it'll be the common card, the reverse holo Pokeball, and then a Master Ball for each as we go through. Then the EXs and so forth. So I found with the album that came out with Prismatic Evolutions, you can't even fit the base set in. All right, there's still need spots putting in there. G'day, Daniel. So I've gone and got the Palms Off Gaming 12 pocket pages, 480 slots. There's going to be enough room to put everything in here. All right, so I'm going to transfer the cards out of my old album one by one, and we're going to sleeve each and every card like that, and then we're going to put them in order. So I'm just going to spin you around. Hopefully this works, and we can start slotting them in. Anyone has any questions at any time, feel free to ask, have a chat. I'll look up at the message board every now and then. Here we go. There's our reverse. You can see the bottom part of the card is all glistening. That's our reverse. So the next card over will be the Pokeball. So there's the Pokeball there. And we'll slot that in. I don't have the Master Ball for that one, but we're going to just leave a space and keep going. We do have more cards coming, so one day they'll get here. We go into Executor. So I think it's going to look really good having the 4 going across. I am going to miss out on a few cards, guys, so bear with me. There's a Pokeball version. Then we'll move into the 3rd card, which is Pinsir. And you can always use your booklet as your guide for where you're up to. So Pinsir, let's sleeve that. So all of our common cards are going to be in this first row. Our reverses, our Pokeballs, and Master Balls. We do have quite a few Master Balls, so it should look pretty good by the end of it, hopefully. So there's our reverse Pinsir. In you go. And then we've got the Pokeball version. So we'll throw that one in as well. And of course our first Master Ball to throw in. So it's got the Pokeball with the M right there. That's the Master Ball version. We'll go into the side. So we'll have all 4 cards going straight across the page. And we're going to keep going like that. So when we get to the EXs, we're going to skip them. I'll just turn you back to this other page and we can go again on here. Alright, so next up is a Badoo. There we go, there's the common. So a Badoo all the way up to the end. And then I don't have any more Badoo. That's a bit weird. I am missing a few cards. I've still got to go through a whole heap of spares there. So we'll move on to Leafeon, and that's the reverse Leafeon. It makes it easy because you know exactly where each one's going to go. Yeah, that ends Leafeon. We've got the EX, but we're going to keep them separate and put them in last. So we go from Leafeon to Cottonon. And there it is. So throw that in. So quite a few cards that I still need to find. These are very hard to find the packs at the moment, especially here in Australia. You've got to be there as they put them on the shelf, basically, because once word gets out, they are gone. So apparently Big W did stock some during the week. I went in today and completely missed out. So yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. So there's our two cottonies. A Whimsicott holo. So the holo is depicted by the hologram over the character up the top, and the reverse is holographic down the bottom. For those of you that do not know, spin you back so you can see the next page. Geez, it is not looking too good here, is it? Pretty ordinary. Pretty ordinary so far. So that's that one. We move on to Applin. I'm just going to sleeve the common. Whoa, there we go. Applin. Change the page. Alright, so we've got Applin and then Dipplin. Let's keep going with Applin for a minute. I've got a reverse here. Throw that one in. If you're new to the channel, don't forget I do lives every single night. And every single night we give away free cards in Australia. Oh, free shipping, everything like that. So nothing to pay, no joining fees, no anything like that. There goes first Dipplin. So totally free. If anyone's asking for money, don't listen to them. If you get a message asking for money, it's not me. Alright, our second Dipplin going in. So we have room for our Pokeballs and our Master Balls. Alright, so that's Dipplin done. Next up, we've got a couple of EXs, so we'll just put them to the side. So, we've got Hydrapple, put it with our EX stash. Teal Mask Ograpon, going over there. Move up to Flareon. So we have the holo to start in the first slot. So the first slot's, in my book, it's going to be common or a holo. Then we'll go into a reverse. See the holographic at the bottom there. Reverse. Moving into the Pokeball. Flareon Pokeball is a good one to have. No Master Ball just yet. We do have the EX. The Flareon EX right there. Cool card. We're going to put them in a little later. So let's move to our next row, which is Litleo. I'll slot him in. These 4 pocket binders are great. I like the Palm Soft Gaming ones. I don't know why, I just do. I know there's quite a few different ones out there in different countries. That's just sort of what I use in Australia. What you use is up to you, but these zip up nice and protected. They look good, they feel good. Alright, let's head into Pyroar is next on the chart. So definitely get one of those ETB booklets. You probably, if you can't find an ETB to get one, you probably pick one up for $10, $15, something like that on eBay. There's our reverse. Well worth getting. It's going to help. It really is. It's going to help in the long run. Alright. Alright. Pyroar Pokeball. And then, of course, our Master Ball. So it allows you to see all the gaps really quickly. There's our Master Ball going in. You can't see what I've been doing. Look at that. Alright, I filled the page up. We're going to this page anyway now. Sorry about that. Get a little sidetracked talking at times. Okay, so we have our Teal Mask Ograpon EX. We'll throw that in later. Just going to collect the EXs over there for a bit. I'll show you what I want to do with those. I've got a plan, so it could be good. Slowpoke next up. Slowpoke a reverse. So it could be a little bit boring for you guys, but if you're wanting to make a master set, this is how I suggest you go about doing it. So there's our Pokeball. And at a quick glance, you know which card it is and what you're missing. So it's going to be real easy. So you can glance and say, okay, I've got Slowpoke, I'm missing the Master Ball. You know straight away. There's no waiting around. You don't have to look through the books all the time. Alright, Slowking. Slowking reverse. Our Slowking Pokeball. And we're still needing the Master Balls, so they're not there at the moment. It happens. We're still hunting cards, so as they turn up, or as I get more packs, we will keep adding them to the set. Alright, heading into Golden. Our common. Then heading for the reverse. In you go. Alright, let's flip the page, because we don't have a Pokeball for that one. And we're heading in, our next card up is Seeking. There you go, there's Seeking, just the common. I find, like, I've opened a heap of packs, but a lot of these cards are very hard to sort of find. Just even your basic ones. Alright, so that's all for Seeking. A Vaporeon. So we have a holo. Pretty cool little holo. Going in our first slot. Next up is a reverse. Sleeve him up. Go into slot 2. Yeah. As I said, we're missing quite a few so far. So I've got a heap of cards to go through still. Commons and reverses are going in. So I don't know when oh, that's already got a sleeve, so I won't bother sleeving that one again. That's the reverse. I don't know when they're going to start really hitting the shelves of these cards, but apparently they're going to be reprinted and reprinted and reprinted. So let's spin you back around. Glaceon. Holo. Glaceon reverse. There we go. Reverse going in. So for this set in particular, I would definitely recommend the 12 pocket pages. It's the way to go. Once it's full, it's going to look great. Well, that's the plan. Let's hope we can get it. A Glaceon EX. So we'll put that to the side. The Wellspring Mask Ogrepon EX. Of course, that's going to the side as well. There should be a Pikachu EX, but I don't have it. The Jolteon Holo. It comes straight after Glaceon, doesn't it? Yes, looks like it. So it'll go in there. I haven't picked up a reverse yet, but I did manage to pick up a Pokeball. So that'll go in our third pocket. Where are we up to? We've got a couple more EXs in the booklet. Espeon. There's Espeon Holo. And then our Espeon Pokeball. So again, I don't have the reverse for that. But, yeah, it's just a matter of time. I'm sure we'll get it at some stage. The Espeon EX, looking pretty nice there in its rainbow colour format. Head into a Dusk Drill. Flip the page and start again. Turn you around. Look at that. There's our common. Reverse. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. I may not know the answers. Look, just have a chat. Welcome to have a chat. I'll keep glancing over at the keyboard every now and then to see what's going on the computer. Dusclops, common. And there's our reverse. I'll sleeve them all up. Somebody said to me, you got to sleeve every card. I usually don't sleeve the commons and reverses. But hey, look, for this, we may as well. Alright, so Dusknoir is next up as a holo. So there's no common. And then, of course, the reverse. There we go, there's the reverse. Every night we are doing giveaways in Australia, live giveaways, for you the chance to take home cards. We're starting to get some Pokeballs put in, so keep your eyes out if you're after cards. It's free, nothing to pay, nothing to enter. All you have to do is join in and have a chat. Alright, Spiritsy is next up, so we need a new page. Let's go over here. Common. And our reverse. So I bought a big bulk lot of these the other day and I ended up with 12 cards out of, I don't know, like 400 cards or something. 12 cards that I needed, so wasn't ideal, but I thought I'd actually find a few more in there, but yeah, not that many. I got a couple of Pokeballs, some reverses, and a holo, I think. A couple of the common cards that I didn't have to fill some spots. Let's move into Sylveon is next up as a holo. So all these cards we've opened live on stream. You guys have probably seen me pick most of these. And then after the stream finishes, I sit there and try and sort through them and get them into the album. Or at least get them put aside so I know where they've got to go. Alright, so that is Sylveon. I'll go over the page. Sylveon EX would be next, but we're skipping the EXs, so we'll head to Screamtail. I only seem to have the common version of Screamtail, so yet another one that's proving a little bit harder to find. We'll go into a Fluttermane next. So Fluttermane has a holo and a reverse holo, as well as the Pokeball and Master Ball. So there is the holo. Some of these do get really tricky, especially those real dark blue sort of cards. They're really hard to see the difference. Alright, so there's our Pokeball, Fluttermane Pokeball. So no reverse again. It's a Munkidori holo. And Munkidori reverse holo. Alright, next up, Fizzendipity. It's going to go in the other side, so I'll just spin that camera back again. Hope that's working. Alright, let's see, what do we got? We've got a reverse sitting here. So we'll just leave that. That'll go in the second slot. Pokeballs, Master Balls. I think it's going to look really good. I'd hope that I can complete this set. I think it should look pretty good. Now, this is one of the sorts of cards that I was talking about before. These are a little bit darker and a bit harder to see. So you have the holo and then the reverse holo. Just the opposite pattern, basically. And you've got to get the light right. Even when sorting them, it gets difficult because it's very hard to see sometimes. So Iron Boulder, holo, and then the reverse. The reverse doesn't actually have the pattern down the bottom. It's just holographic. So can be hard without the right light. You could miss that one, I guess. Alright, so Iron Boulder, let's head into La Vita. Common. There's not too many we've got the full set of. Not yet anyway. So the reverse. And then we go to... We'll skip the Pokeball because we don't have the Pokeball, but we do have the Master Ball. So at least we fill one spot. And let's cruise back again. Going into Pupitar. Only have the common, no reverse, no Pokeballs, no anything yet. Bit sad. These packs are so hard to get. Even when you find them, you might not be allowed to buy them, which is what I've been finding. So there's the holo Groudon. Next up is the reverse. And then with this bigger album, we're going to be able to stick our trainers and full arts and everything in as well, which will end up being really good. So can't wait to sort of get that laid out. So another common Railu. Reverse Railu. Alright, let's get into the next page. Start on that one. So, can't wait for these to really hit the shelves and people to be, you know, stop buying in bulk and just trying to make profit off them. Like, some of us just want to open cards and collect them. But the scalpers all seem to be, they're on the ball. They know when the cards are coming and where they're going to. And they take them all. They don't leave anything for anyone. Lucario EX sitting there. We'll throw it in our EX pile. We'll move on to Hippodon. And got the reverse Hippodon as well. I guess you could always put all the commons and then move through to the next section and do all the reverses, and then the Pokeballs and then the Master Balls. You could do it like that. This is just the way I've chosen to do mine. A Blood Moon Ursaluna. There's the holo and reverse. So it'll get a bit more exciting later when we're getting into the bigger cards. Again, I don't have too many of the bigger cards. It's just, yeah, I wish I could get stock to open. Oh, well, hang on, we've got to go back. We have the Master Ball right there for Blood Moon Ursaluna. So we will better throw that in to the fourth pocket. And we're all set. Change the page and go again. A Great Tusk is next. So it's good to have them all pre-sorted out and pre-ready. Again, Great Tusk is another one of those that don't have a pattern on the reverse holo. It's just holo. No Pokeballs that time. Next up, Sandy Shocks EX. We do have a lot of the EXs, which is a little surprising, but they're getting there. Alright, Hokey Dolly. Hokey Dolly. Okie dokie. I don't know what that was meant to mean. There's the holo. The reverse holo next up. And there it is. See that pattern at the bottom. Then the, what do we got, the Pokeball? Yeah, the Pokeball. You can see it there on the reverse holo. In you go. And we start getting to these darker cards. So there's the holo. You can just sort of see the holo in the right light so you can see it. The Umbreon. And there's the reverse. You get it in that right light, you can see that reverse pattern at the bottom. A little bit harder on these darker ones, but you can do it. It's easy enough if you've got the lights. Alright, we'll spin you because I don't have Pokeballs for those two. Alright, Sneasel. Sneasel reverse. So if you're watching, don't forget, drop into my lives every night. So every night we do a live, and we're giving away free cards in Australia. And have your name drawn out of the barrel. You get to pick a number from, well, 1 to whatever's in the barrel that night. So there might be 30 cards in there, 30 hits. They won't be commons, things like that. Houndour. And then I'll just post it out to you free of charge, as long as you're inside Australia, that is. And we go from there. So free giveaways every single night in Australia. One day I hope to be a partner of YouTube, and be able to send all over the world. That would be so cool. I've sent prizes around the world before, and it costs huge amounts of money. So we're not doing it at the moment. We're trying to put some money into the cards, and giving you guys prizes, something that you can actually enjoy. And if anyone's trying to complete a master set like this, and you need a trade partner, let me know. There is a Pokeball, so that goes in our third slot. So it's going to be all 4 across. Master Ball will go at the end if I have it. Eventually I will get it, that's for sure. But yeah, if anyone's looking to trade cards, more than happy to take a look at messages and stuff, and we can sort that out. You can shoot a message to me on Facebook. I'll get back to you within the day. Alright, so there's a Roaring Moon holo. Then the Roaring Moon reverse. You see there's no pattern on that one. So in the wrong light you can't tell what it is. But there it is. So yeah, trades, we've got most of the Scarlet and Violet sets, from common cards up to all the bigger cards. So Bronzor going in next. Alright, there's the reverse. Sleeve it up. Hopefully I've got enough sleeves. I didn't even think about that before I started. Going into Bronzong. We're slowly getting there. Card number 67 out of 131. I reckon this is going to look the best. This will be the way to go if you're going to do... Oh, that one's got a sleeve on it. So there's our reverse. You can see the pattern down the bottom. Nice and shiny. Definitely the way to go to make them stand out and pop. There's your Pokeball. Whereas before, it's really hard in the original 3-pocket album or 9-pocket page album. You have the sets going over to the opposite page, and then to the page you turn over, and it gets a little bit harder to try and follow. So Bronzong into Heatran. I better turn the page on my booklet. I'm getting lost here. Bronzong into Heatran into Duraludon. Alright. And it's going to make it so easy to see what I'm missing. A lot quicker too. The Duraludon reverse. So you might be after half a dozen of just the base common cards that you haven't landed yet. You can always shoot me a list and ask if I have them. Then you shoot me, you send over half a dozen spares or something that you've got, and we'll do a trade in the mail. There's the Master Ball for Archelon. Don't have the reverse or the Pokeball, but I do have the Master Ball. Crazy how that works out, but that's the way it goes. Alright, we should be heading into Dreepy now. So I'll turn you back to the opposite page again, because these are all double-sided. There's Dreepy. G'day Elmo, welcome in matey, welcome in. Daniel was in here before. So just putting all the prismatic into my big album I got. It's about, I think it was about $50 for this album, but considering that what the price of the cards are, a $50 album is very cheap, really, even for a base set. Duracloak. But I'm going to be putting, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of cards into this binder. So you get a good $50 binder. Much better than your $20 Kmart one, that is for sure. And all the cards will definitely fit. So the reverse holo, Duracloak. Dragapult EX would be next, but we are skipping the EXs for now. I have a plan for them. My favourite card, Eevee. Eevee's going to make it very hard on me because I like to put the Eevee cards up the back of my display here. I've already got a sleeve, so there's our reverse Eevee. So really I need 2 Pokeballs, I need 2 EXs, I need 2 Master Balls, I need, 2 of everything so that I can have one on display. So there's the EX, nice and colourful. Go into the next page, which will be Hoot Hoot. Whoa, follow the camera. There's Hoot Hoot. Just a common. Elmo's got to work tonight, won't be in the live. That's alright, mate. I'm sure you will catch up in prizes. There is always the next day. There's the reverse. So we give away prizes every single day, or every single evening on YouTube. All you have to do is put your notifications on to be notified of those lives when they go live. So there's Hoot Hoot, Pokeball. Next up, a Noctowl. Right, there's our holo. All these lights, the reflections get really hard to find how to put that card in sometimes. Alright, Noctowl. A reverse. This next one, I think it's the next one. Yeah, we've actually got a full set in the next one, which is going to be pretty cool. I will ask the boss Elmo, but if I forget, ask Nick during the next live because she'll be sitting there, and we'll try and get her to do one. You just let us know which energy. There's plenty of energies hanging around here, that is for sure. All right, Dunsparce, common, and then the reverse. Next up, we have the Pokeball. And then another Master Ball. So we have the full set of those, which is absolutely awesome to do. It's probably a little bit hard to see them with all that light there, but at least we got the full set of a couple of them so far, and it makes it easier knowing what you're looking for as you keep going. Alright, so there's Dunsparce again, but a different version. So that's a holo in the holo section. And of course the Pokeball. We don't even have the reverse, but we have the Pokeball. I need to change that page up the back again. Just one page, come on. Miltank. So Miltank is next. I only have the common Miltank, that's it. I'm not sure why it's so hard for me to find, but obviously didn't come out in my group that I bought. Bunnery. Can't see. There you go, the light was in the road. There's your common. With any luck, I don't miss any, because I don't want to go back and take them all out and restack them. So there's the reverse. Alright, let's flip. We're in the middle of the booklet now. So that we're at the halfway point. Pull out the little bit of paper. Lot Bunny. Common. A reverse. So I got most of the commons in reverse. I think I have all the commons actually. I think, no, I'm missing, no, I am missing one somewhere. I do remember now. I'm missing one common. Fanrotem. But some of those reverses are a little bit harder to find, it seems. There it is right there. Elmo. Yeah, I'll definitely ask her. I'll definitely ask her, and I'll sleeve it up too. I'll get her to do one for you. I don't draw myself. I am not good at drawing. If you want a stick figure drawing, you know, I was excellent at playing Hangman. Absolutely excellent. I could draw a stick figure, and that was about that. There's our reverse. Our Pokeball. So I've got about, what did I got? I got some Pokeballs off eBay. So we've got about 30, I guess 30 or 40 different Pokeballs coming. So I'm going to throw whatever I need into my album. And then we will add a few into the giveaway box. I think we didn't give one away last night, but there's one in the giveaway box. We gave away the one the night before. I put one in, and it only took 2 tries, and someone pulled it out and took that home. So that was pretty cool. And Elmo and Dan will both know about winning cards. They've both pulled cards. They're both subscribed with notifications on. So they get in every draw, which is absolutely fantastic to have. Alright, heading into first row. There's so many trainer cards coming up, it's going to be crazy. Alright, there's our reverse first row. No Pokeballs this time round. Holacha. So I don't know how many cards we've given away so far, Elmo. How many do you reckon we've done? In, what was it, 21 days we've been giving cards away. It's got to be at least 50. At least 50 hit cards, some gold cards, SIRs, illustration rares. It's been pretty cool. There's a Pokeball. Holacha Pokeball. In you go. So you can see the effect that it's going to have. I reckon it's going to look really cool. But you might have a different idea. But just bear with me and wait and see what I'm coming up with next. Okay. Noibit. There's the reverse. So I do have a plan coming up here soon. Of course, we've got the Noivin EX. Put that in later as well. The Terrapagos EX next. Mary's Trainer. So straight after Noibit, we're going to start into these trainers. So the trainers, if you haven't seen yet, in the box there is 3 different versions of each card. So the common or a holo, mostly common, then the reverse, and then a, I believe it's a Pokeball, or is it a Master Ball? It's a Pokeball. No, it's definitely a Pokeball. They don't have Master Balls for the trainers. So my theory is that once I've got them all in, we can go back and use that 4th space that would have had the Master Ball in it and push our EXs through there, and further on our Ace specs as well. So area 0, that will fill the gaps and sort of keep them a little bit together as well. Alright, area 0 reverse. I'm not sure right this second. I did need one Elmo. What was it? Leafeon. The green one, Leafeon. I do not have the common in that. That might have been the only, like, boring base card that I've got that I didn't manage to find yet. I think there's way too many trainer cards in this. But anyway, Binding Moochie. And reverse. There's your reverse. So the EXs will go down this 4th column. Right, there's so many of these. These get confusing when you're trying to find black belt training. They do get confusing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 different versions. Yeah, I don't know why. Alright, we need some more sleeves. I better grab another packet from over here. Just cut the top of the bag completely off, and then it holds them together. A little bit. Alright, rip that out. So I just cut the top off the bag, holds them together, and then grab a coffee cup like Lee Chonk here and slide them in the top. And now I can't drop them, they don't go everywhere. Absolutely wonderful. Let's get that sleeved up. Alright, so black belt's training. There's our Pokeball, which fills our 3 because there is only 3 of each of these. You've got to remember that. Alright, so the next black belt training, slightly different, which is, hey look, I guess that's good, but I think they might have just overdone it just a little bit. Alright, there's our reverse. And again, Pokeball. So both of those sets are complete. Alright, black belt's training again, just another pose. And a different page, so let's wiggle over this way. No reverse for that one, not yet anyway. So we've got another version. The reverse for that one. I'm just reading the comments here. The Hippodon. I don't know. I'll have to go back through and have a look. I'd have to go through and have a look. I basically start with the commons, if I need the commons, and then work into my reverses, and then work into the harder to get ones, because I figure if I can't put together a set of commons to start with, there's not much point in trying to complete the master set and continue on down the line. So a Briar, there's our reverse, and no Pokeball, so we'll flip the page again, spin it back. This is one I definitely need in Twilight Masquerade, the gold version of a Buddy Poffin. That would be nice to be able to pull. Like 3 weeks ago I ordered a couple of Twilight Masquerade gold cards to try and help with that master set. And yeah, I paid shipping and stuff, but unfortunately they weren't shipped tracked, so I just don't know where they've gone. Alright, there's our bug catching set reverse. Yeah, haven't turned up yet. Alright, come on. Come on, reverse. I do have quite a lot of these. I've got a box full of Japanese cards here that I will not do anything with, so I think they're just base commons and reverses. But if you need any, try and let me know which ones or numbers or something, so that I can try and look them up, because I really don't know what they say. It's one of those things I probably should have done, is learnt Japanese at some stage. Yeah, no, I've got an opened box sitting there. All the reverses and stuff in there. Came with one of the bulk lots I bought of common cards to try and fill some of these gaps. I can't buy packs, so reduced to just buying mystery boxes full of spare cards, I guess. Alright, Crispin, reverse. And then Crispin Pokeball. So that gives me the set of 3 there. So I don't think any of these trainer cards actually have Master Balls at all. Earthen Vessel. And there's our reverse. So no pattern, but very shiny. Alright, let's go over the page yet again. We're getting closer now, guys. Getting closer. Alright. Explorer's Guidance. Common. Explorer's Guidance, reverse. And the Pokeball. Another full set done. Festival Grounds. Just the common. And then the Pokeball. So we don't have the reverse for that one, which is, yeah, it's odd, but that's what happens. You get that at times. Alright, Friends of Paldean. Bump the camera again. Slowly getting through here now. Got the reverse. Get that in down the bottom. Gonna have to turn you to go back to the other side again. Around we go. Glass Trumpet. Glass Trumpet reverse. Does take a long time to deal with all these things. Common Hannaberry. Sorry, I'm missing some of your comments there, Olmo. I'm just trying to push these cards in. Any Dittos? I have no idea. I wasn't really looking for Dittos while I was here, but there's probably Dittos everywhere around here. Alright, Jasmine's Secret Art. And then we're going to have to swap pages again. Spin back. Should be getting better at this, but I keep knocking that camera. There's Karen common. Karen reverse. No Pokeball. I'm going to Lacey. Lacey a reverse. Larry's Skill coming up next. So I do have, like, I've got a heap of Pokeballs coming in the mail. I hoping to fill some gaps, and then whatever's left over or that I've already got, I'll just throw into the prize box that we draw out every night. Alright, Ogre's Mask is next up. On the other side, here we go. Reverse. So I do have most of these ones, which is good. We've got a couple of ace specs that were sitting in the album, so of course they're not going in yet. Prime Catcher. Another trainer card. Sure, we can have a look at the Japanese cards if you want. If there's something there that you need, you can let me know. Too easy, we can do that. We can get that sorted. We've got the reverse. So again, no pattern, it's just the reverse holo. And then the Pokeball. So that set's complete. And later I'll probably go through and mark them off as I've done them. Professor Base. And the Professor Pokeball. So no reverse for that one. There's not too many of these trainer cards that we've missed the reverse on. So I guess that's pretty good. Professor's Research. There is so many. Alright, Trainer. Professor's Research again, but a different one. And then the reverse. What do you know? Professor's Research yet again. Reverse Professor's Research. And the Pokeball. So another set done. Or another mini set done, we should say. So next up, in case you didn't know, it is Professor's Research. It's a bit like Black Belt Training. I think there was probably a few too many. Could have gotten away with one, maybe two. There's the reverse. And completing the set, the Master Ball as well. Rescue board. Ooh, we're getting close to the end now, thank goodness. Alright, a Roto Stick. I think that might have been the Pokeball we put in the prize thing last night, wasn't it? Roto Stick prize. Could have been that one. Alright, the reverse. And of course I had the spare Pokeball. So you know I've got the Pokeball in this one as well. In you go. Flipping it. So another ace spec sitting in the album there that can come out now. The Techno Radar. Techno Radar Reverse. Whoa, there we go. Nice and shiny. And the Pokeball to finish off the base cards. So that gets rid of the base cards. Whew, that was quite an effort, really. Alright, so let's go back through. Where are we going to start this? Here, where the trainers are. So we need 3 spots for the trainers. We need 4 for Noibet. Well, where is Noibet? So we'll go back through our booklet. So this is where I wanted to get, say, Leafeon EX. That's our first EX. There's Leafeon. So it is our first EX. That's going to go in slot 4 over there. We should tick that off if I can find a pen. My pen's gone. Doesn't matter. Maybe I'll do it later. Someone's taken my pen. Alright, so find our next EX. Hydrapple. Do we have Hydrapple? Yes, we do. So then we'll throw that in to fill up our third space over there. So you could sort of see that every pocket's going to be filled. So all the EXs are going to be swapped out and put through the center, as long as I get the order right. Teal Mask, Ogrepon EX, we do have that one. So that's going in there. What have we got? Flareon next, by the look of it. Did we have Flareon? We did. So there's Flareon. Oh, we're doing good so far. Alright, what do we got down there? Health Flame Mask, Ogrepon. Did we have that one? Yes. So I'll throw that one into that slot. So you can sort of see how it's going to look now with the 3 trainers, the common, reverse, and Pokeball, and then an EX. So that'll fill all our gaps up. As long as I get the order right and don't mess it up, we will be good to go. Alright, so got that one into a Vaporeon. Let's see. I don't have a Vaporeon, so we'll have to miss that one. Glaceon. We have Glaceon. So Glaceon will go into that spot. We lift 1 for the EX. We've got Glaceon. Wellspring Mask, Ogrepon EX. We do have that one. Excellent. Next up is a Pikachu, and I don't have Pikachu, I don't think. Let's spread these out a little more. No Pikachus. Where are we? Over here. Pikachu. Jolteon. Doesn't look like I have Jolteon at the moment. I might have it in my other cards. I'll have to look. Where are we? Iron Hands and Iron Thorns. I don't have either of those two either. Okay, so now I've got to check Wellspring Mask, Pikachu, a Jolteon, Iron Hands, Iron Thorns, which will be over here. So that one's gone. Alright, let's turn the page over here. So Espeon would be next up, and I do have Espeon. There's Espeon. So that's going to go right there. This is what I mean, you've got to concentrate. If you miss one, you're going to end up out of order. So Espeon and then into Sylveon. We don't have Sylveon. Lucario would be next after that, and we do have that one. Alright, so we missed the space. Turn back to the center. We'll put Lucario right there. We'll go into that space and fill that gap. Next EX would be Sandy Shocks. Yep, we've got that one. Flip the page and start again. Alright, what do we have there? Cornerstone Mask. Nope, I don't have it. So we're going to have to miss that one, which will bring us across to the next page over here. Where was I? Umbreon. No Umbreon. Damn. Tyranitar. Nope. No Tyranitar either, unless I've left them in the album. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go back and have a look. So, Sandy Shocks, we've got that. Cornerstone Mask, no. Umbreon, no. Tyranitar, no. So, missed that one for Cornerstone Mask, is that right? Yeah, Sandy Shocks, we've got. Cornerstone Mask. Umbreon goes up there. Tyranitar will be there. Moving into a Dragapult, I think, is next, looking at that. So I think I think that's right. 1, 2. Yeah, I think that's where we're up to. Dragapult will go down the bottom. Alright, let's flip. So next up after Dragapult is Eevee EX. We do have that. Unfortunately, only one. I do need a second one. So Eevee, in you go. Snorlax. Nope, don't have Snorlax, so we'll have to skip one there. Alright, so let's put the marker there. We're skipping that one. Turn the page again. Lugia. Nope, no Lugia, so that one goes there. Alright, back over here. Let's go Lugia. Okay, Neuven. Yes, we have that one. So you're going to go up the top. Neuven. Where was I? And then a Terrapagos. We've got Terrapagos. That fills that gap. Alright. Well, and that might be the end of the EXs. And the start of the Ace specs would be the next single cards to go in. So I think I've only got 3 sitting here. I might have more. But they're the 3 I've got. Maximum Belt, Prime Catcher, and Scoop Up Cyclone. So Max Rod will be down the bottom. Maximum Belt will be next up. Maximum Belt is going to fill that gap over there. Prime Catcher is next. Got that one. In you go. Scoop Up Cyclone is next after that. That's alright. There you go. There's 3 in a row. That looks pretty cool. So Scoop Up Cyclone. What do we got there? Sparkling Crystal and Treasure Tracker will go in these 2 slots. And then I'll probably put a couple of promos in or something like that in these couple of spaces here down the bottom. And then when we get over to here, we'll start doing all our full arts. So we'll probably start from Amaris and move across there. So we would do things like, you know, EV promo, something like that. Dragapult, Milotic, Hydruple. Pretty sure we put all those in. So what do we got here? Oh, so there's our first hit card. Oh, let me get organised here. Amaris, so which is up here. We're going to sit that. That could probably go in there, but I think we'll just start here for fun and run them across. So let's put that in. I'll grab. I just got a pen, so let's tick that one off. I'm not sure what would be next. So that's a promo. It's a promo. I think they're all promos. Okay, those ones aren't. They're all promos, so they'll go in the book later. And these are all our full arts, or our. Oh, we've got two Mellas. Just found that out. So let's see if we can get another one in the book, I guess. Oh, what do we got? We'll put them in number order. That might make it easier. So 133, 135, 140, 178, and 163. So 133 would be the next one up. So that's straight after Amary's. It's Atticus. Another nice little card we pulled the other day. Straight in. And then in the booklet, you probably can't see, but I just put a little tick in the box so that if I'm flicking back through, I can figure out that I've got it or not. G'day, Budsy. How you going, matey? Alright, our next one we've got to find a spot for. So we missed the other. There's another Atticus. We'll miss that one, and this will go in the following spot. So at least it's not looking too bad. We'll mark it off on the list. Alright, then we got 140, which is a few cards away. Alright. Airy. Paldean friends. Larry Skill. So that one will go up over the top here. So we've missed a few. And then we're going to throw this one at the top. It's not many. I didn't get many full arts in all the packs I've opened, that's for sure. It's a pity. Some more would have been really good. And no more trainers. And we're just going to have to, I'll have to figure this out later where these ones go, because these are fairly far down the list. A lot of pages to count through. But we'll figure that out later on. So basically, yeah, that's how we're going to do it. There is a lot of full arts to find. And I still think that if I don't find a God pack, it's just going to be near impossible to fill. I do have a lot of the promos though. I think I've got all the promos so far. What's that one? The Super Premium Collection has that Eevee in it. Ooh, that'd be a good one to get. If you have a spare one of that, let me know, because I'll need 2 to try and complete this set. But overall, I think it's going to look pretty good. I'm just going to move this camera over to here. Let's see if that's any better. Alright. The Pokemon Day Eevee. That one. Got that one. Got that one. I got a Flareon EX promo. And what was my other one? Sylveon. Out of those, a mystery box things. Not sure why that one's in there. That must be another EX promo. But there's Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Leafeon, Glaceon, and Sylveon. I think there wasn't there 3 promos per pack. The Eevee came out in the single packs, or in the 2 packs. And there's got to be a case promo, wasn't there? An ETB promo. What was that? Oh, I don't know. Could be another Eevee, was it? I can't remember now. I'll have to look at it. Yeah, still in the packet. Look at that. Still in the packet. Just slipped it in. It's alright. They haven't had any weight or anything on them. They've just been standing up. So they will be absolutely fine. What was the ATB promo? I probably put it over here somewhere, did I? I don't know. Can't see it. Can't see it. No, that's the Pokemon Day promo. Ah, there you go. The Eevee promo from the ETB. We've got that one. But I'll need the one out of the Super Premium box, so if you're going to buy them, let me know. I'd love to grab one off you. Might be able to do a trade. And if you're interested in any of the different cards out of Scarlet and Violet right through, to trade, or you're trying to fill gaps in your set. Obviously, most people have lists. Shoot me a list, and we'll have a look, and I'll see what I can find. I keep all my boxes separately, of course, so all the cards are separate. So I think it's going to look all right in the end. So that's probably my most complete page, isn't it? All three of the professors, and the ace specs, and then the EXs, of course, we're throwing in along with these trainers. Missing a few still of those, but I don't know, we'll get there. Very limited amount of packs that I was able to pull, so yeah, that's basically how we're going to do it. So some of these pages are starting to look good. 3 cards left to fill that page, and that's the way I'll probably work. If I'm buying them off eBay, I'll probably start at page 1 and go, righto, well, I need that reverse, and then move into the master balls, I guess, later on. I still got to look through this album, make sure I didn't skip anything, and then look through my spares and see if I have any ace specs or EX cards that I haven't put in that I've stashed somewhere else, because I do that. I put them in the wrong spot or in the wrong box and then don't find them again. But hey, that's the way it goes. Alright, any questions? Anything happening with you guys out there? What master sets are you guys doing? Let me know. Might be able to help you. So I wanted to have a quick look at whatever is in this box here. So let's close the album for now. Now this is all the Japanese stuff that I have. So I think these are all hollows. No good for putting in with my English set, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the way it goes. So yeah, they're all hollows in there, and then all the common cards. Well, they're common, uncommon, rare, as it goes. I just call them all common because they're not hollows, they're not reverses, anything like that. So that's it. I'm not going to do much with these. So if you need any, let me know. I definitely won't be putting a set together. But there's quite a few spares here, guys, so let me know what cards you need if you're putting a set together of the Japanese version of Prismatic. Terra Pagos or something, wasn't it? I can't remember what it was called. But let me know. Need any card that has Ditto on it. Alright, I'll go through them later and see if I could find a Ditto for you, Elmo. That's not a problem. 151. I'm going to say no. I do have some somewhere in a box, but definitely not an album. I don't know, I lost interest in 151. Everyone was raving about it too much, and I think I got sick of it, honestly, and decided that, yeah, I'm just going to bypass it and not collect it. I opened a few packs, but yeah, it just didn't jump out at me like some of the others do. So, yeah, heaps of promo cards though, so yeah, really, I'm really only missing one promo, aren't I? And that is the special edition box. Well, I don't think it's even come out yet, is it? What are we calling it here? The Super Premium Collection is the only one that I'm going to be missing. So that will be something I'm going to have to look forward to. Don't forget to find a book. If you're doing a master set of any kind, make sure you get an ETB book. You don't have to buy an ETB to get it. Jump on eBay. Usually sell them around $10, $15. So have a look for that. Also known as the set code Mew. You have 5 of the same Ditto from it. Cool. Yeah, I collect a lot of promos. I've got ETBs. I just throw all my promos into the ETBs and they just keep stacking up in there. So I've got quite a few of them as well. That damn bird. Yeah, it hasn't come out yet. I didn't think it had. I know one of the guys, one of the companies I buy off, did email me a little while back, saying that they were trying to do a pre-order sort of thing and get a rough idea of how many people wanted them. And he asked me if I wanted any, and I said, well, look, I would like 1, please. If I can get 1, I will be happy. I'm sure he's going to have people saying, I want 20. But hey, look, I'm going to grab 1 to open on the channel, and hopefully pull a couple of hits out of it and have a bit of fun. If he can get them, there's still no guarantee, but look, it's probably my best shot. And I think I've got a good shot just asking for 1 instead of asking for 10 and being, you know, greedy sort of thing. So that should be a bit of fun too. And also in this album, I'm going to find room to put all of the coloured energy cards in as well. I think these are pretty cool. And then just to add a bit of bling at the end. So I've got to go through these couple of EXs that I found before, make sure that they're in there. Yeah, that's about it. Hopefully I haven't put too many prismatic evolutions in the giveaway box. I might have to search that again before we do another giveaway just in case. I hate to give away cards that I need for my set, but that happens as well. Do I have Eevee from the McDonald's set? Oh, that's a good question. Ooh, I did. I did put a set together, but I gave it away. I didn't even think of taking Eevee out and throwing it over there. There's a Pokemon Go Eevee. What do we got? We've got a couple of different ones here. There's the Eevee out of Prismatic. A lot of the newer Eevees at the front there. The Eevee cards. That's the Eevee Prismatic promo. No, I don't think I have the McDonald's one sitting here. I mustn't have kept it. Oh, that is crazy. Yeah, no. No, I don't have it. Did they have an Eevee? Did they have an Eevee? Where are my spares of that? Hang on, let's have a look. McDonald's promos. McDonald's promos. So these are the McDonald's promos that I've got. Charizard. Miraidon. Jigglypuff. Hatina. Heaps of those. Wow, look at them. Dragapult. Quagsire. I don't even know if Eevee was in here, was it? Coryodon. Umbreon. Hydrojon. Dragonite. There's Eevee. So I wonder if it did put it over the back there. Yeah, definitely got... I got a few Eevees. It's alright. You made me panic then. Now I'm going to have to look and see if it's over the back. It probably is. And I just didn't see it. Let's have a look. So it's a yellow border. What's over there? Yeah, look, there. I did have it over there. Right at the back. Number 13 of 15. So, yep. Panic for nothing. There you go. I do definitely have it. Wow, I thought for a minute, but I think it was the Pikachu that I only had the one of. So, that would be why. That would be why. The Play Pokemon logo from tag events. Oh my goodness, probably do somewhere. I have no idea. I just grab Eevees and put them aside at the back when I open them out of packs. So I think everything there I've opened apart from this one. I think I grabbed that from EB Games. It was in their dollar lot. I reckon that's where that must have come from. I had free cards that I had to pick up or something, so I grabbed one of those. ME Racing, what's up? Yeah, it's always a good day, mate. We're giving away cards every single night. Not at the moment, it's the middle of the day. But I'll be doing a live tonight where we'll give away cards. So make sure you drop in for that. Elmo's won a few, Budsy's won a few. Daniel was in here before. He's won a few. I think just about everyone's won cards now. There's a few new people coming in, so it'll be their turns next too, which is always good. Just got to be in Australia, that's all. So that is it. Other than that, yeah, not a lot happening. No packs around to find. I've got some Surging Sparks to open tonight. And probably a little bit of Twilight during the week. Hopefully we get some another prismatic release soon, like a restock of something. Just can't find any. Can't find them. You never got a master set at the McDonald's. What, Elmo, what cards are you missing? You shoot me a message with what cards you're missing and I'll go back through and have a look and see if I've got them. I think the only ones that I'm missing from making a set, possibly Roaring Moon and Pikachu. I think they're the only two that I didn't have to make another set. So I think I've got everything else sitting in there. So let me know, I might be able to help you fill in the gaps. Prize cards, there's so many prize cards that we gave away last night. 8 cards went out last night. I'm going to have us hunt around and see if we can find something else to throw in that prize box tonight. We'll see what I can come up with. Hopefully something good. You never know. I'll pack all this up. I've got to go out in about 15 minutes, so I'm going to have to say goodbye, guys. Thanks for popping in and watching. Like, we've been sitting here for an hour and a half, or a bit more, and it's been pretty boring. But Prismatic Evolutions Master Set is well underway. And that's about it. 11 cards off my Twilight Masquerade Master Set. And I have mastered Paldean Fates. Completely finished top to bottom, promos, everything. The only cards that I am missing is Pokemon Center promos from the ETBs. They're the only ones I can't seem to grab. We don't get them in Australia. Or if they do come into Australia, people ask, $200 for them and things like that. And yeah, you can buy them in the States for, $15, $20. So I've got a few friends over there. I might try and source some at some stage. But for now, that's it. If you guys need help doing sets, filling in spaces or whatever, shoot me a list of the cards that you're collecting. So if it's prismatic and you need all these cards, just do me a list of the numbers, and I'll have a look through my spares and see what I can come up with, and we can do a trade. Fairly cheap trading cards. We can throw them, 4 or 5 in an envelope in a protector and shoot them off. I'm not talking about Umbreons and things like that. Don't ask me to trade Umbreons because I don't have anything that big. But oh, your common cards and that, sure. Let's not waste too much money. Let's have a bit of a play. We can help each other fill sets. That is easy as. All right, Elmo, Budsy, everybody. I will catch you at 8 o'clock tonight. I'll go and charge my camera up, make sure it's ready to go, and clean up this mess. And I'll see you there for a giveaway. We'll open a couple of packets of Surging Sparks and hopefully get a gold Pikachu. I'd love a golden Pikachu. But there's also some Eevees that I need as well. So yeah, let's do it. Let's see you tonight. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. So 6 hours time. Be good, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you got something out of this video. And you got an idea of how to do your master set in an album like this with the 12 pocket pages. All 4 in every row. Absolutely perfect. It's going to look great. Alright guys, for now, I'm out of here. I'll see you in 6 hours time. Oh, g'day Brad. How are you, mate? Brad Hall. Say hi. How you going, mate? I just saw your comment pop up. Just heading out, buddy. But feel free to watch any of my other videos and drop back tonight. We'll do some giveaways and have a bit of fun. Alright, well, that's Prismatic Evolutions. That is as far as I've gotten so far with the packs that I've got. We'll try again tomorrow. See you guys.